The other day I was walking in the street when I saw a very rich man. I thought to myself that if you have a rich family, it's very likely that you are rich. But how rational was my thought? I started thinking and digging deeper. Based on my experience, I was 90% sure that he had a rich family. And I also knew that if you are not rich, it's not very likely to be born in a rich family. Let it be 5%. I was obsessed with this thought, not because my drawings are very bad, but because my desk was really deformed, because I wasn't rich enough to buy a new one. After a thorough study, I found out that in my city, just 1% of people are rich. I had some information about this event, and a hypothesis which I wanted to evaluate, but I didn't know how. So I subscribed to Let's Get Complex channel on YouTube and learned that the joint probability of two events is equal to the product of a conditional probability and a marginal probability. More interestingly, I found out that the joint probability of A and B is equal to the joint probability of B and A. And that was when I learned the formula for Bayes' theorem. I wanted to calculate the probability of being rich, knowing that you are from a rich family, to see how rational I was. The probability of being born in a rich family, if you are rich, is 90%. And the probability of being rich is just 1% in my city. I just needed to calculate the probability of being born in a rich family by a weighted summing over all possible conditional probabilities of being in a rich family, which yielded 5.85%. And based on this information, it gives just 15.38%, which is not very likely in terms of probability. But what happened here? Consider a 10,000 sample of citizens in this city. 1% of them are rich, meaning 100 people. And 99% of them are not rich, meaning 9,900 people. 90% of rich people were born in a rich family, and only 10 out of 100 were not born in a rich family. Let's go to the other side of the city. 5% of these people were born in rich families, and the other 9,405 ones were not. If you are born in a rich family and want to know how probable is that to be rich, you can divide the number of people who are rich by the total number of people who were born in rich families, which yields 15.38%. What caused this wrong conclusion was that I just paid attention to this part of the diagram and not considering the ratio of rich people to those who are not rich. As you can see, 5% of a large number is way more than 90% of a small number. And if you're dealing with probabilities, you should pay attention to ratios. This is the formula for Bayes' theorem, and the different probabilities are called the posterior, the prior, the likelihood, and the marginal.